All right, today we're jumping into something really important. We're going to break down a training program called Digital Foundations for Early Intervention Specialists. It sounds a bit formal, I know, but stick with me, because what it actually means is a total game changer.
So let's just kick things off with a big idea. Just think about this for a second. What if expertise had no address? I mean, really, what if the perfect specialist for a child could be right there, in their living room, no matter where they lived? A big city, a tiny rural town, it wouldn't matter. That's the powerful concept we're digging into today.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's get on the same page. What even is early intervention? Well, on the surface, it's specialized help for babies and young kids who have developmental delays or disabilities. But, and this is so important, it's not just about the child. It's about wrapping that support around the entire family. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones who know their child best.
So why is this all so urgent? Well, it all boils down to something experts call the critical window.
Take a look at this number, 90%. That is staggering. That's how much of a child's brain is basically built by the time they turn 5. Every single thing they experience, every interaction, every game is literally forming the foundation for everything that comes next. Their learning, their behavior, their health. You can feel it, right? The clock is absolutely ticking.
And this is exactly where special education specialists come in. They are the guides, the coaches for families navigating this make-or-break period. Their expertise isn't just helpful. It can literally change the entire path of a child's development.
But here's the catch, right? In our modern world, having amazing specialists, well, it's not enough. Not if they can't actually get to the families who need them most. And that brings us to a huge, huge challenge: access.
This chart, wow, it lays it out so clearly. The old way versus the new. You know, traditionally, you were stuck, limited by where you lived. Scheduling was a nightmare, so rigid. And families, they were often just observers, watching from the sidelines. But now, look at the other side, teleintervention. Suddenly, access is anywhere. Scheduling is super flexible. And the best part? Family involvement isn't some scheduled thing. It's just woven right into daily life. It's a totally different ballgame.
So, to put it really simply, geography and logistics. Those have been the bad guys in this story. They've been the roadblocks standing in the way, keeping the right specialist from connecting with the right family when it matters most. Okay, so what's the solution? Well, it's all about building a brand new kind of toolkit, a digital one. And that is the core idea behind this whole digital foundations training. And look, this isn't just about learning how to use Zoom or something. It goes so much deeper. Specialists learn 4 key skills. First, mastering the actual platforms for teletherapy. Second, using digital tools to track progress. Third, and this is huge, learning how to coach families online, turning them into active partners. And finally, of course, making sure everything is super private and secure. That's non-negotiable. And once they have those skills, man, it just unlocks so many new strategies. We're talking virtual one-on-one sessions, of course, but also things like digital libraries full of resources for parents. Asynchronous video feedback, meaning parents can send a video anytime and get tips back. Secure messaging for that quick, in-the-moment support, and even group sessions that connect parents so they don't feel so alone.
And the impact, just look at this. The difference is massive. A specialist who can only do in-person visits is stuck, limited by how many hours are in a day and how far they can drive. But once they have these digital skills, whoosh, their potential reach just explodes. Those old barriers we talked about, they just vanish.
It's really like giving the specialist a completely upgraded toolkit for the 21st century. Instead of just a few physical tools, now their bag has secure video platforms for communication. It has digital apps for assessment. And for coaching, it's got video sharing portals that put powerful strategies right into a parent's hands, exactly when they need them.
So, where's all of this heading? It's all pointing to a new future for intervention. A future that's built around one simple, incredibly powerful goal: reaching every single child, everywhere.
I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. The goal isn't to replace human connection with technology, but to use technology to build more connections. This whole thing isn't about robots taking over. It's about using these amazing tools to bridge distances and forge these powerful, supportive relationships that just couldn't have existed before.
So here's the big takeaway.
When we equip specialists with these digital foundations, we're not just giving them an online course. We're not just checking a box. We are fundamentally redesigning what accessible care looks like for the future.
And that really leaves us with a big question to chew on. As our world gets more and more connected, how is our very definition of care going to evolve right along with it? Something to think about. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.